Hello. Last night we held a small midwinter celebration, which I do realise was about a week early, but that was the only time when theoretically we could get together. As part of it, I read a poem by by this poet, Llewellyn-Williams, from her collection Animaculture. I'd like to read that now and a couple of others, which put us in the winter season. You'll have to excuse me, I'm having quite unpleasant back spasms at the moment. I don't know how I've managed it, but somehow I've twanged something in my back which keeps cramping up and spasming, and it fucking hurts. But anyway, we'll bear with it. So the poem by Hilary Llewellyn-Williams is called Frost Pocket, and I think it suitably captures the season of winter. So, Frost Pocket. The sky has been lifting and lifting, exposing new heights of blue by day, and by night the moon pushes through swarms of invisible crystals, with its prow of light, splinters of sky ice reforming, splitting. Bright jagged mirrors, cold from beyond the stars, an invasion entering Earth, eating into the ground, gluing molecules, stiffening soil to a new element, the fifth element, frost that drives out all others. The pond rings with a dull note, its surface pleats iced muslin, drowned weeds in shreds of lace. Frost creeps from the ground, through feet to legs and bowels, trying for the heart. This is how we became ourselves. Exiled in ice, keeping a spark alive, a hot coal. We pressed our palms to the rock to say we have survived. We crawled in the dark to blow embers, making the painted creatures dance. In flame their spirits thawed and ran, till beyond the snowline the spring rains began. A nuthatch raps and chatters, finches watch from the sticks, the apple trees streaked white with lime, filling the feeder, scattering crumbs and water. I draw them here, make a warm thawed centre, a hole in the ice to breathe through. Small garden magic repeated everywhere, enticing spring, succeeding every time. Which I think you'll agree is a particularly lovely poem. This next one is by Kayla Sharkey from his book By the Hearth in Minnalee, and the poem is called Lament. And it's a reflection on the sense of loss of language. It's not what you'd call particularly wintry, but at Midwinter, the group to which I belong gives honour and reflects on Ogmius, the god whom we most strongly associate with language and the power of words and poetry and wordcraft and storytelling. So this is for him, in a sense, rather than for the winter season. So, Lament. I cried on my mother's breast, cried sore the day Molly died, our old pet ewe. Trapped on a rock face up at bay, it was sultry heat, we'd been looking for her, sweating and panting, driving sheep back from the cliff edge when we saw her attacked on a ledge far down. Crows and more crows were eating at her. We heard the cries, but we couldn't get near. She was ripped to death as we suffered her terrible, wild last breath, and my child's heart broke. I couldn't be calmed, no matter how much she tightened her arms and gathered me close. I just cried on till she hushed me at last, with a piggyback and the promise of treats of potato cake. Today it's my language that's in its throes. The poet's passion, my mother's father's mother's language, abandoned and trapped on a fatal ledge that we won't attempt. She's in agony, I can hear her heave and gasp and struggle as they arrive. The beaked and ravenous scavengers, who are never far, Oh, if only anger came howling wild out of her grief. If only she'd bare the teeth of her love and rout the pack. But she's giving in. She's quivering badly. My mother's gone, and promises now won't ease the pain. I know the feeling. Last one. This is one of my own. It's called Rutting and comes from the book Bard's Song. Available at all good bookshops, as are the other two, of course, if you wish to buy them, and why not indeed. So this is in Tronronegachta Mora meter, if anyone's remotely interested. Rutting. Antlers leaf bare, claw and clash bleak against the sky. Stags cry and seek. Mates, life at death defiance roars, nor meekly goes as ice flows, hoar-frost's murder by dawn, cold deeds done at hag's edict. The weak picked, run on sleet slick floors, doom assured, yet not embraced till dance is still. Let the music lull, graveyards pause, let the harp be strung anew, tongues set singing praise songs to summer's dead, though all is cold, be bold. Stag bled with lust's hot urge in wound dark seeds survive. Snow sleep, so weep not. Beads on holly red, canoenos fair, willing wove wreath, antlers leaf bare. And I think that's about as much as I can do without my back giving way completely. I'm going to have to go and lie down now. I hope this is not a foreshadow of things to come in future decades, but there we go. Enjoy your winter season, and I will try and record a story or two between now and midwinter. Hopefully.